So, you join us as we are comparing notes on what we are wearing. Ngozi, Okonjo-Iweala, Director General of the World Trade Organization, with me now. The important, you were just commenting, weren't you?
Yes, I said we are both wearing blue, and that's auspicious.
Auspicious for what?
For hope.
Okay.
Blue is my favorite color.
Is it really?
Yes, I always wear blue all the time when things are going a bit rough.
You must be never out of blue at the moment. Let's just talk about the situation at the moment, because you famously on this program told us to chill about Donald Trump, and that's of course what Scott Besson's been saying. Don't take it too seriously. What's your word now? What we should be doing?
My word now is steady nerves.
Right.
Steady nerves. You've got to remember you're in a bit of a game of poker. And so you have to be smart, sensible, keep your nerves steady so you can formulate the best strategy and approach to deal with the situation. So it's a continuation of my chill. In other words, getting overly excited and acting very quickly isn't really the way to go.
Now, Scott Besson, the US Treasury Secretary, said exactly the same thing. He sort of said a version of don't retaliate in these sort of things. Now, I think he was thinking in a different sense than you mean it.
Well, but maybe this chill that I said last year hasn't been so bad. From chill, we were able to go to a situation in which we avoided a trade war. And I know things are very different now. Trade measures and trade policies and instruments are being used for non-trade issues. That's why I said it's really tough.
But there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing the WTO can do about that, because if that is the weapon de jure for the administration, as we're seeing obviously with Greenland, then there's nothing more you can really do.
There's nothing we can do because it's outside of our remit, a bit above our pay grade, if you want to put it that way. So using trade measures for geopolitical issues is not part of what we can deal with.
If we look, though, at trade flows, one of the statistics I saw recently suggests that trade obviously is growing in many parts of the world, and it is circumventing the United States. People are still getting on, and it's really the US loss in that sense.
Well, that is what, in a way, it has been very, in a way, heartening. So we're in a situation where people feel bruised, battered, and the trading system has been the same. But guess what? When you look at the actual numbers, and I'm a numbers-driven person, we find that almost 3/4 of world trade is still going on WTO terms. So businesses trade, not politicians, and they're carrying on with it because they find the rules and the stability and predictability of the system works largely. But there's work to do.
Are you able to engage with the US on other issues? Are you finding that you do have, that they are able to be part of the system?
Well, we're engaging with the U.S. on trade issues.
Yes.
So they may be doing things unilaterally, which may be outside of the WTO system, which is not me, which are outside of the WTO system, but they're still part of the WTO. They still find some aspects of the system useful, even as they criticize it. But the thing we need to remember about the WTO is it's made up of its members. And the members are very proud of saying it's a member-driven organization. So when they criticize the WTO, I ask them, who is the WTO? It's certainly not Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, it's you.
No, but you know what they're criticizing. They're criticizing those members that don't follow the rules, or the way China was admitted and managed to circumvent most of the rules.
Well, let me tell you this. It means those same members are the ones who are going to fix it.
Right. Are they?
Yes.
And are you making real progress on that?
That's the good news I have. I don't want to over, dramatize or promise or anything, but we are working on it. Members are working on actually looking at what are the key reforms that need to be done. So even though I said the system is stable, there's shown resilience, but there are many criticisms. And like I told you last time, I do agree with the US and a lot of the criticisms. But Richard, they're also not the only ones with criticisms. The developing countries also have criticism.
All right.
So members have to work on this, and there's progress being made.
So
we're trying to set out the reforms to see what do we need to fix that needs fixing, but also what's good that is working that we need to keep.
Come with me. Let me get you a pen. Choose, and don't fall off the stage.
Yes.
Choose your colour.
Blue.
Oh, go on then. Take the lid off. What gives you hope? And feel free to write on the board.
And I'm going to do two things. First,
Oh, here we go.
yes,
Yeah,
you know, resilience.
Why does that give you hope?
Because it means that there's some things working that you can build on.
All right.
I'm not talking of taking a trading system and taking it back to the old ways, but there are good things we can build on to make a new system. So resilience of the multilateral
Oh,
trading
no, you're not going to
system.
get multilaterals in there.
No, MTS.
Fine.
The second, that's one. Two, young people in Africa, they are doing amazing things. They give me hope.
All right, excellent.
Okay?
Your handwriting's worse than mine.
It is. I agree completely.
I could
But
take
there
that.
you are.
I could take that to the chemist and have it made up into a prescription. Good to see you.
Thank
It
you.
is so lovely to have you
Yeah,
with us
good
tonight.
to
Thank
see
you
you
so
again.
much.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you
care.
very much.
Good.